Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Director of Football Sabotage with Livorno. Now in today's episode we do have the opening game of our Champions League group stage, but of course we've got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. So there's only been 2 games since the last time we met, and the first of which was a 4-2 away win against Sampdoria. Ponce, Ralovic, Altinier and DeMarco getting the goals for us. We did concede 2. Our old players Slabodan Fumic got a goal and Matthijs Schulberg for Sampdoria. But you know, maybe we could go this season unbeaten. No, we couldn't. No, we hosted Bologna at home and got beat 2-0. Matthijs Svenberg and Nello Busacero getting the goals for them. You know, last season we made it to January unbeaten, and this season we've already been beaten at home in a game where we should be doing a lot better. So a little bit to think about. Obviously the update has came out since last season on Football Manager, which has changed some things. So I am still working things out in terms of how our tactic actually fits in that. And I did think we were going to score a lot more goals, but in this game we had opportunities but we just did not put them away. But that does see us lying in 3rd place in Serie A. And one thing I didn't mention is Serie A has actually lost its 4th place Champions League spot. So now it is only the top 3 that get Champions League, which is obviously a bit of an issue. Obviously, if we're still winning the league like we did last season, it's no problem whatsoever. But if we have a less convincing season, which we might do because we have lost some players in the summer, it could be a real problem. I believe Ligue 1 pinched our spot, so we're going to have to earn it back one way or the other. But in terms of today's fixture, it will be Atletico Madrid at home in the opening game of the Champions League. So this is the lineup that we're going to go with for today's game. Plizzari will be in goal. Mats van der Ende and Petter Rada will be at centre-back due to our new signing Zanga being injured. Alexander Madsen and DeMarco will be our wing-backs, with Patrick, Kyle Wright and Solossi in the centre of midfield. Altinier, Ralovic and Ponce will lead the line. So we go up against Atletico Madrid. Obviously some really good players, as you can see. Not too many regens in this squad. They've still got Jan Oblak. Paul Larola we had at West Ham was a decent player. Sutar, Jimenez, Hernandez, Saul Koke, Gelson Martins, Phil Foden, Thomas Lamar, and I don't know who this guy is, Brobby, whoever he is. He looks quite good. I want to actually take a look and see how Phil Foden, he's developed quite well. Hopefully he's injury prone and we can injure him within 2 minutes. So we kick off against Atletico Madrid at home, shooting from left to right in this first half. Now, last season we didn't get out of the group stage, so that is the aim for this season, is to get to the knockout rounds of the Champions League and avoid the Europa League dread that we faced last season. It is a decent group for us, no doubt about it. We were one of the top seeds, and Atletico Madrid are by far the hardest challenge we will have in this group. Highlight now, Madsen is in the box on that right hand side. He finds Ralovic at the front post, and we go 1-0 up inside 13 minutes. One of the shortest highlights I've ever seen. Usually it takes about 3 minutes for the highlight to actually come to its conclusion. But we do get a goal first up. Petrarada with the throw-in. I think it was Ponce with a switch. And then Madsen does some excellent work on that right. I'm hoping he will be a really good player for us going into this season. Our right wing-back spot has always been a massive bugbear of mine. We haven't been able to find the right player to fit our system. Obviously, Belangioli and stuff we've had for a long time. But now having Madsen there, once he becomes a natural in that position, I feel like we will be doing a lot better. As Kyle Wright puts us 2-0 up. I don't know if that got picked up on the recording, but it did lag a little bit. I wasn't too sure what was happening in the box, but we'll see it now in 3D. Madsen with the throw-in, Ralovic with the cross. It was cleared. DeMarco heads it back in. Solossi, a couple of other shots. Keeper made a good save, but Kyle Wright gets his 2nd goal of the season and our 2nd goal of the night. Another highlight now. It looks like it's going to be another attack for us. DeMarco to Altinair on the edge of the box. Patrick on the edge. He goes all the way back. He was getting closed down by the Atletico Madrid midfield, and he plays it out to DeMarco. Gets the ball through at the back post. Ralovic. There's no offside flag either. Is it going to be a VAR one? I don't think it will be. And Ralovic gets his 2nd goal of the game. And it is now 3-0. Some great play from us. Petrarada switching the play to DeMarco on the left-hand side. Great cross from DeMarco. He's such a good player. He's been fantastic for us since we signed him. And I did actually hate the fact that we signed him for like £18 million at 28 years old. But he's been an absolute revelation, and I'm glad I did. So 40 minutes in now, Atletico Madrid in possession with Larola on this right-hand side. A decent switch from their left-back. And now Thomas Lamar's in the box. And that is a very poor header and an easy save for Plizzari. Doesn't look like that's going to be the end of the highlight either. DeMarco drives forward down the left-hand side. Decent challenge by Gelson Martins. but they give the ball away again. Petarada plays the ball over the top. Ponce has got the pace to get in behind. Please play it in. He doesn't have to play it in. He absolutely does not have to play it in. He gets the goal himself. We're 4-0 up. I don't know how. We've just been beat by Bologna 2-0 at home. Was it Bologna? Oh, I think it was Bologna. But Ponce, absolutely fantastic stuff to actually get in the box past his man and beat the keeper at his front post. Jan Oblak is having an absolute nightmare game alongside Paul Larola, Sutar and Hernandez having absolute nightmares. I think that's all down to our wing-backs causing them all sorts of problems. But we go in at half-time 4-0 up. Not a lot to worry about here. We'll just G the boys up, get them back out, look to save some tired legs in the second half at some point. Hopefully avoid any injuries or sendings off so we can keep ourselves fresh for the next game. In terms of what's happening in our group, I would actually like to know, Football Manager. Spartak Moscow are beating Partizan Belgrade, which it'll be an interesting battle between them two to see who can get the second place spot. We always seem to pinch Partizan Belgrade's best players anyway, so it's probably going to be Spartak Moscow. Zalossi intercepts a poor ball by Paul Larola, and Ralovic could have had his hat-trick there. 60 minutes in now, Ralovic is struggling, and although he's going to be on his hat-trick, I am going to take him off. Try and get Mamarella involved, see if he can maybe get himself a goal to get him back into winning ways. We've got Dimitar Vasilev on the bench, who I would really like to get on for DeMarco. We haven't got a substitute for Alexander Madsen, so he's going to have to stay on the pitch despite his diminishing conditioning, but we should be okay. The second half is just sort of ticking away with not a lot happening. There's only 12 minutes more remaining, and we will get Dragomir Milenkovic on, who is returning from injury. We'll try and get his fitness back to levels, but Kyle Wright and Matt Zalossi have really done well in his absence, so he might find it difficult to break back into the first team, but we're going to give him the go there. It wasn't so long ago that he had a £64 million bid in from Hertha, and I was really glad they rejected the offer. Now he's our third choice central midfielder, which is a bit harsh on the boy really, because he's been fantastic ever since we brought him in. But there we go, there's the final whistle. Livorno 4, Atletico Madrid 0. An absolutely unreal performance by us. Atletico Madrid are, of course, the biggest threats we've got in terms of finishing top of this group. I'm not talking about qualification now, I'm talking about whether we're going to finish first or second, which might be a little bit big-headed of me, particularly after that Bologna defeat. I should probably calm my expectations down a little bit, but I do think we should qualify with ease from this group, get to the knockout rounds for the first time, and it all depends whether we can get first or second. But after that shown, I think we should be finishing top of this group. So we've managed to get out of that game with relatively few injuries. Kyle Wright is injured for 1 to 3 days. He will probably miss the next game as he recovers, and we'll get Milenkovic back into that starting 11. Nahuel Ponce got man of the match with the 1 goal and 1 assist. Great stuff from him. He had a bit of a slow start of this season. He's played 4 Serie A games, only got 1 goal and 1 assist. But I don't think it'll be long before this guy starts banging in the goals. As you can see, he is developing quite nicely. Looking forward to the next episode. So we've played Atletico Madrid. We will probably play Spartak Moscow. Should we play them away from home or at home? We'll play them away from home. It's a little more of a difficult challenge. Then we'll finalise the group with Partizan at home in the episode after that. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you are enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.